Hey everyone, welcome back and let's solve a Leetcode problem. Today we are solving Leetcode 1, the two-sum problem. So we are given an array of integer nums and an integer target. Our work is to return the indices of two numbers, not this, such that they add up to the given target value. So if we check the given example number 1, we have an array nums here and the given target, which is number 9. Our output in this case is 0, 1, and it is clear that the first two integer values sum up to the value 9, and their indices are 0 and 1. The same is true for the second example here. We're given the array as 3, 2, and 4, and the target 6, and it is clear that the values 2 and 4 sum up to the target value 6, and their indices are 1 and 2. So how can we accomplish this? How can we do this? The first approach that might come to your mind is to brute force this solution. For instance, you can go through the given integer array, and for each individual value in the array, say 2, 7, 11, or any other value, you can do a nested loop to determine if there is any other value in this array that summed with the current value you're iterating at will give you the target value 9. Now this approach is not the most efficient, and it will be an overall complexity of O of n squared, because you have to do the nested loops for each and every individual value in this given array. That is not the most effective solution. The question is there a better way? Is there a more efficient solution? And yes, there is. But for the better solution, you need to use extra memory in the shape of a hash map. So let's assume you're given this array of numbers, nums, and we're given the target 9. How can we best do this efficiently without using a nested loop? Now, if you observe the values in this array and the given target value, we want to find two values, say this first value and this second value, that when added up together can give us the overall target value, which is 9. How can we approach this? It's easy. Now, if we have a pointer, say I, that is starting at index 0 at this position, and we want to find another value that added to this value 2, where our pointer is at currently, will give us 9. We can just do a subtraction between 9 and 2. For example, we might have 9 minus 2, which is equals to 7. Now, our work becomes easier because we want to check, is there any value in this array that is actually a 7? And yes, there is at index 1. So when we do a subtraction between 9 and 2, we get a 7. So our work becomes easier because we're no longer looking for two values. We're just looking for a complementary value that when added to 2 gives us a 9. And in this case, we have both 2 and 7 at positions 0 and position 1, which can actually give us the solution. So now let's code up the solution. So in this solution, we'll have a cache that represents our hash map. And like we've discussed in the discussion part, the key will represent the value we are looking for, and the value will represent the index for which we were looking at. So we'll write a for loop that will traverse through the range of all the values in the nums array. And the first thing that we need to do is to check if the nums at the current index is within the cache. And if this is so, then it means we have the value that we are looking for. We can just return the current index and the cache of the value at the nums index. Otherwise, if this is not the case, we need to add the difference between the value we are looking at and the target, so that the next iteration of the loop will be able to determine this. So we just need to subtract the nums at I from the target, and that will be our key. And this will be set at the current position in the array. We don't need to return anything outside the function because this part will return once the value has been found. We can run the solution and see how optimal it is. And as you can see, this solution is pretty efficient. If you like this video, like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.